welcome to a playthrough Way Back Home with Pedro from Agi Games and his 7-year-old, who is pretty good at this game actually. So for the purpose of the playthrough, we are going to use the components of the original prototype, which we have made a few changes to in the meantime regarding especially artwork. But because we're still working on color matches and some of the components aren't there yet, we're going to use the previous version of the prototype. Also, these markers here, they will be different. They'll come as small crystals. The board, the updated version of this one would look a little bit more like this, where we try to enhance the contrast, but there's still a few things that we need to improve, like the colors of the connections, and maybe a few other small details to improve your experience when you play this. If you're not familiar with how the game works, each player will have one of these boards. They'll be the same. We will have a series of different boards, and they will each have unique aspects to them. So this one here, which in the published version will be replaced by this artwork, is the basic experience, and it's all about creating a kind of a network that scores you the most points. Once you start building or moving along a path, you'll trigger minus points that can actually increase as you go until you move to a spot that is worth 0 points along a track. And from that moment on, it'll start increase in value with positive scores. It is actually possible for a game to end with all players having minus points, and of course in such a case whoever has the fewest minus points is still the winner of the game. So whilst with this board we have a little bit of an issue of readability, which means there's actually 6 tracks on here, but they're a little bit difficult to recognize. They work in a way that you have the basic ones that score similarly moving out to the corner edges of the board. That'll be blue, green, orange, and yellow. And then you have 2 other tracks that spiral around the board like so. And they will at some points cross over with those previous 4 colors. And that'll be the purple one or the pink one and the brown one over here. So the way this works is that each player has got 5 tokens of each of those 6 colors, plus 2 wild ones. The wild ones you can place on any of those tracks. And to prepare the game, the setup is quite easy. So each player has got a bag and 5 cubes of each color, and you put them in the bag. And then at the start of the game, you will draw out 3 random ones and place them in the middle. That'll be the pool. And then you add your 2 wild into the bag. You can also put all of the cubes there, and then if you happen to draw 3 cubes and one of them is a wild, you can then just draw a replacement for the wild and put the wild one back in your bag. So the wild one will never go to the pool at the start of the game. And once all players have done that, the game's ready to go. Alright, so we have prepared a 2-player game in which both players have drawn 3 tokens from the bag and placed them in the common pool at the center of the table. And when it is your turn, you have only 2 types of actions you can take, which is you either draw 2 tokens from your bag and then you play them according to the rules, or if you don't want to do that, you can instead take all the cubes or all the tokens of the same color from the common pool and place them in your bag. And that would be the end of your turn. So we will start with the player opposite of me, who will show you how the draw 3 cubes works, and then try and place them on the board the best way, or the way that makes most sense to them. It's first turn, so there's not a big risk involved. So we got pink, brown, and blue, and now the player has to decide to play 1, may play 2, but cannot play all 3 of them on the board. So decided for blue and starting the blue track. And that puts him immediately at -5 points. And then pink as well, which puts him at -10 points. And what he didn't play goes to the pool in the center of the table. Now I could choose to take brown and put him in my bag, but I think it's a little bit too early, so I'll just draw 3 myself. And I will see what I want to do with these. I think I'm going to take yellow, and I'm also going to take pink, but I'm going to put orange in the middle. Over to you. So, take another 3 tokens from your bag.
We have a green, a pink, and a brown.
Very good. That's pretty good because you already started pink.
Yep, then I'll be on -1, 2.
Yeah, but so the minus points will increase as he continues to push that color up until a certain point when they go into
I'll take
positive points.
And green.
And green, okay.
Actually, no, that's pink.
Just pink, okay. Then brown and green go to the middle. Okay, so now pink is on -20. And then it keeps on going to -20 up until positive points, and they can go actually quite high to +30. So I will actually take all of the green and put them in my bag. And that's my turn. Over to you.
Okay.
So 3 more. And you drew a wild token. So the wild token can be used on any track. So how are you going to play?
I'm going to take the wild token and the blue token.
Okay.
So brown goes back here to the pond. Wild will go here on pink. I'll put blue.
Okay. So now it's my turn. Now it's very tempting to go and get these brown ones, but then I'll end up with a lot of brown, and brown is actually a very short track, or relatively short track. And if I go beyond a certain point in the positive score, I actually go back to negative score, so it might be a little bit too risky to do that. I will draw 3 more cubes and see what I get. I do want pink. And I will go for blue as well. And I'll put brown back here. Back to you.
Yellow, yellow, pink.
Nice, very good.
I'm going to take the pink and 1 yellow. Yellow back in pond. Yellow is here. And pink goes
You
here.
just continue. Very good. That's my turn. I'll go with 3 more tokens from my bag. Oh, that's good. I haven't started green yet, so I'm not going to do the green. We'll do yellow though, which brings me to -15, but I'll soon be on the plus points. And over to you.
Brown, yellow, orange. So put the brown back.
Okay, nobody wants brown.
Yeah. Let's yellow here, -52. Orange here. Puts me at -5.
Okay. So I have a plan now. I will take all of these brown, and that's my turn. Put them in my bag. My turn is over.
Now, my turn. Blue, pink, orange. I'll take orange and pink. Blue will go back into the pond. Orange here. Still -10 with orange.
Very good.
And pink still -20.
Okay.
So I will get 3 more.
Yeah. Okay, so that's my turn. I draw 3. Oh, there's no brown in here. I will continue pink. Oh, this is tricky because I have a wild one and I have a yellow one. I do want to continue yellow, but pink is a little bit more important because it takes longer than the other tracks. So I will continue on
You
one
get a lot of minus points on
and
pink.
put yellow. Yeah, that's right. Okay, over to you.
Actually, this time I will take from the pond. It's orange.
Okay, very good. Yeah, you need those. Okay, then it's my turn. Oops. Okay, that's my turn, and I'll draw. Ooh, that's not so good.
Take the greens. I need the pink.
Hold on. So I don't want to start. Well, actually, so I will continue pink over here, and I will start one green over here and put the other ones there. Over to you.
I'm gonna take 3. One, I'm gonna take the pink and the yellow. The green will go back.
Okay.
And pink. Now that's all my pinks until I draw more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
And here, it's like next time I can skip the one yellow.
Yeah, so he has now met with yellow, the same spot that can be taken by pink or yellow. So that means the next yellow will actually skip this one over here, which speeds up that track a little bit. I will take green and place him in my bag.
We'll get these two 25 points.
Well, if you get that far, yes.
Yeah.
Over to you.
I still need. I'm gonna take the 2 yellow.
Okay, very good. So I'll draw 3. Now, I will actually start brown, and I will continue. Oh, it's a tricky one because I actually need all of them. I'll do green. Over to you.
I'm gonna take all the 3 blues.
You sneaky. Okay, my turn. I'll draw 3 more, and I'll go yellow and 1 blue. I'll try and save blue. I need 2 more blue to get to 0. Otherwise, I'll stay on the minus points. Over to you.
I'm gonna take the blue from you
That's
do.
so mean.
Now
Okay.
you only have 2 more blues left.
That's right. Okay, so that's not too bad. So I'll put a pink here, and I'll put a wild here. And if I manage to cover this one with green, then pink immediately goes to positive 10. So brown goes to the middle. Over to you. So you can see, because I covered pink here, I'm already on 0 points. So I got past the whole negative score in yellow.
Yellow, orange, blue.
Ooh, you need all 3 of those. That's a difficult one.
Why do I need all 3?
Because you started blue, orange, and yellow. And yellow is okay, it's on 0. So maybe you focus on the ones that are still on minus points.
Yeah. Yellow goes back to the pot. I'm gonna take blue and orange. Orange goes here, puts me on minus 15.
Yeah. You need 2 more. It's not too-
And the blue goes here, also puts me on minus 15.
Yeah, but I only need 1 more to go to 0, which is pretty good because pink has already. Okay, so I'll draw again. And green, I'm not starting orange, but I will continue my brown. And I will continue my green. Over to you.
I will take from my bag 2 blue. I'll take the 2 blue, put orange back in the pot. Blue here and here.
Very good, nice.
Now I'm on.
You're on +5, yeah, very good.
Plus
So there's a point in the game where, for me, for example, right now, there's no interest in going to the pool to take any more tokens into my bag. I want to try and empty my bag as quickly as I can now, because I can only ask for the game to end when my bag is empty. And for that, I need to have reached a 0 score at one of the tracks at least. And the challenge is that you have to have the exact right number of tokens in the bag. So if you end up with 1 token in your bag, you may not draw that 1 token. You actually have to take some from the pool into your bag for you to have 3 tokens or a multiple thereof, so you can finish the game. So I'll draw 3 more because I want to end this game quickly now. So you see brown can skip because it goes past these 2 tracks. So I will use brown, that speeds it up. I'm now with brown, skips this one, which puts it on 0. And I really want the green one here. So I know I don't have any more pinks because I had 5 of these in my bag and I got 2 wild ones. So I won't be able to add another pink. But if I add another green one here, that puts pink on 10 points. So that's the whole point of the game. So you want to try and...
Yellow, orange, and blue. He's gonna take.
Oh, that's good for you, yeah. So you're already on plus points on blue, so maybe you focus on the minus ones. Actually, you're on 0 here as well, so you can just increase the points on blue if you
Yeah,
like.
I'm gonna take blue and orange. So it goes back in the pond. So orange goes here, puts me on minus 20 on both pink and orange. Blue goes here, puts me on 10 points.
Very good.
2 more, 3 more, and I'm at 25.
Yeah, excellent. So what I was saying is that you want to try and use some tracks to help other tracks speed along a little bit faster. So
Yeah.
I don't need so much brown anymore. So, but I do want the green because green goes here. And that means I covered the minus 20 points also on the pink track, which now puts pink at plus 10, which is great. The other brown, I know I have a lot of brown in my bag, and I don't want to overshoot because otherwise I'll end up with minus points again. So I'm actually going to put both brown in the middle. Over to you.
Let's see. I still have a few discs.
And speaking of let's see, of course, no player is allowed to look into their bag to check what tokens are in there. But you are allowed to hand in the bag and count your own tokens. You're not allowed to ask other players, though, about any information regarding the tokens in their bags. Okay, so you got
brown, yellow, brown, orange, and blue.
Oh, that's very good. So
These-
brown doesn't really interest you because you haven't even started it.
Yeah.
It would be too
And it
risky.
won't give me any minus points anyway.
Yeah, this way you don't get the
Because
minus.
it's already on a minus point, but orange taking it, and it can't go here unless brown's there.
Okay, so what are you going to do now? Play blue and orange.
Blue
That's
puts me on
great.
15. Orange puts me on 0.
Excellent. So you're doing really good. So if you now have, you need one more, or you still have a wild in your bag, which you need for the pink. So you want to try and finish the game as soon as you can because I think you're winning. So I have brown, orange. I don't want orange because I haven't even started it.
What?
Although orange could be quite quick, I'm not sure I'll make it. I want green for the plus points. And I will place the brown one here. Now I'm 10 plus as well. Over to you.
I'm going to play these.
Yes.
Let's see. Orange, yellow, and green. Which one should I take? Well, green doesn't really interest me,
That's right.
so I'll put green back. I'll take yellow and orange.
Very good, yeah.
Here. Yellow puts me on 5 points,
Excellent.
but orange puts me on 5 points too.
Okay, that's looking pretty good on the outside. Very good. So it's my turn. I don't want to draw anymore. I want to try and finish this quickly before you score a lot more points. I don't need brown because brown is maxed out. So I'm going to take the 2 green to go to 15 plus points. Over to you.
I have to take these two. I only have.
Don't say. Okay, I'm going to draw 3 more. Again, I don't need brown. I don't need orange. I want to play this one here. And because at least one of my tracks has reached 0 points from since I started it, and my bag is empty, at this point I'm allowed to announce the end of the game. And if I do, everybody else gets one more turn. But I can also just keep quiet, not say anything, and then on my next turn I would have to take cubes from the pool into my bag. But that's not what I want to do. I want to finish the game and hope that I have enough points to win it. So it's the end of the game. You get one more turn, and then we count our score.
Wild.
Excellent.
Pink.
That's
Put me
very
down
good.
10.
I think that gives you the win.
That's 10, and yellow was back into the pool.
Perfect. That's very good. Okay.
And my bag was empty. That's why I took 2 yellow to finish it.
Very good. Well played. Okay, so we're going to count our scores now.
And you're
So we're going to tell you the final score. This is my board. This is what I get. And the way we do is we check each track to see how far we've gotten on those, and then we use these beads just to mark the score on each one of these tracks. As you can see, because it's the first version of the illustrated prototype, it's a little bit hard to read because the way that the tracks were designed, we try to make them look more organic, but then it makes it more difficult to follow the tracks. So we tried to streamline that a little bit on the revised version. But anyway, so the way we go about doing this is we check each of the tracks from the village here. So we haven't started orange, for example, so we will not get any minus points there. We did start brown though, and brown goes around in a spiral to the plus 10. And then pink also goes around in a spiral, and I managed to go to the plus 10 also, that puts us at 20. 20. Green managed to go all the way here to 20 points, so I'm on 40. Oh, yellow is on 0, so that's again still on 40, but then I didn't finish blue and I got stuck with minus 15. So 40 minus 15 puts me on 25 points. Okay, so
and his
Shall we have a look at your board?
And his next opponent has no minus points.
So this is my opponent's board. We're going to go and check out what.
So his score on pink.
So you didn't get anything. You didn't start green, so you can put a bead here. That's no minus points, no plus points.
Yeah.
You also didn't start brown, so that's no minus points, no plus
Wait,
points.
where's brown here?
Yeah, that's that one.
That's red.
I know the circle is red, but the track is brown.
So it's
Okay, so then we got orange here, which goes to 5 points.
5.
Very good.
And
We got yellow, which goes to 10.
so that's 15.
15. And you got blue that goes to 15. That's
So
30.
50,
Oh,
30.
very good. And then we're missing pink. Pink, you managed to go all the way here. So you're on 40 points. 40 points, and I got 25 points. You win. Well done.
Wait, 40? You got 25. Ah! Woohoo! His opponent wins. He loses.
Congratulations. Well done. Thank you for watching the playthrough. It's a 2-player game, which, as you see, is fairly quick. We have the board we used was the initial illustrated prototype, which we have streamlined a little bit more. So we decided to go with more straight lines. That it doesn't look quite as organic, but it helps with readability. Although this version still needs some adjustments with maybe thicker lines and the colors more prominent. But what we did do here is, for example, we've added the buildings to the tracks, and this is a different scoring because actually this version is equivalent of the one that we've played. Just here we're still working on the color matching, and this will play exactly the way we just played right now. So if you were to flip it over, you would have different scores. So instead of scoring high values with up to 25 points even, and the pink one was scoring 30 points, you now will score much lower. But the buildings are now integrated in the tracks. And the reason for this is because you'll be playing with a character, and the character will change the rules slightly, and I'll show you how in a bit. But the character will only stay active for as long as one of the players will reach the building that relates to that character. So there will be 6 characters. Each character is looking for a particular place, and so once a player reaches that place, the character is disabled and the game reverts to the original rules. And the changes could be something like when you go to take cubes, or when you go to take tokens from the common pool, instead of just taking all of the same color, you might have to take one of each color available in the pool, or a total of 5 of any color of your choice. So there'll be slight modifications to the basic rules, which actually makes a difference because it'll be harder for you to fine-tune the quantity of tokens inside your bag to ensure that you get to race quickly towards the end of the game before your opponents score too high. And then there's other boards as well that we're working on that again are very different, and some of them might have additional things printed on the board, like bonus actions or bonus points that you need to meet a certain condition to be able to count those at the end of the game. So this is it. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. I hope this game is interesting to you, and thank you for watching. See you soon again. Bye bye.